Well, good evening, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I'm trying to get home. I'm actually going to pick up my nephew and things for the holidays, and coming back from Harrisburg. Shout out to Brian B., who shared with me um, a song about the Cowboys, basically how bad they stink. He's like, damn, they literally making songs to trash you. It's not the first one, and I sure won't be the last. But I'm sitting here trying to go through D.C., and right through here, the traffic has just been a nightmare the whole way. Jeez, I've just been stop and go traffic like crazy. And I'm sitting here because over on my right coming up is the old RFK Stadium site, the place where the Washington Redskins won their 3 Super Bowls. And I remember saying when Washington moved out of D.C. over to Maryland that they would never win a Super Bowl again until they moved back into D.C. Well, this past week, basically moving through Congress right now in the Senate is a bill that is basically giving D.C. control of the federal lands that is ownership of RFK, which would be the reason why the new stadium would end up being in D.C. I'm happy about it because if it's not coming to Virginia, then that means my tax dollars ain't paying for that team. But how would you like to be Dan Quinn right now? Dan Quinn has got to be happy as could be. Dan Quinn, who went to school, I think Salisbury State, in Maryland, about an hour and a half from here. So this is his town. To leave the Dallas Cowboys, the Titanic that it is, that sinking ship, and to be able to go to Washington, a downtrodden franchise who, in the course of one season, has definitely got them headed in the right direction. He's got a young, dynamic wide receiver, and he's got new ownership that seems to be saying, what do you need? You tell us what you need, and we're going to go out and get it. And now, you may be the coach who builds a new stadium. Isn't that crazy? Talk about timing is everything. For him to have stayed with the Cowboys, and there it is right there. The toxic waste dump. FedEx, RFK, and that will be imploded, and from it will be new life. It sucks if you're a Cowboy fan. Happy for Dan Quinn, because Dan Quinn, he's the real deal. Dan Quinn took a downtrodden defense, and I don't think you guys realize how bad that defense was in 2020. He took that with working with the Joneses, with what they had, and the breadcrumbs that he could get. And the sad part, you know what the worst part about all this whole thing was? Here's where we suck. I'm going to say it. We suck as Cowboy fans because we do not appreciate shit. We don't. We sat here and literally had the worst defense in the Cowboys' history until this defense this year. Dan Quinn comes around and ends up taking that team and historically over 3 seasons gets more takeaways than anybody else, making all pros out of guys like Diggs and Deron Bland, making Micah Parsons an absolute beast. I have to say, I don't think Micah Parsons is playing as well without him. I don't think Diggs is playing as well without him. Hell, that defense isn't playing as well as it did without him. And that's the guy that you look at and say, he was right. He was right when he said, there needs to be a sense of urgency. because tomorrow's not promised. Jerry and Stephen Jones, the always procrastinating, waiting till the last damn minute to try and milk it for all the publicity that they can get as opposed to trying to win. Yeah. That's where we are, good people. And tomorrow, I can guarantee that Dan Quinn is going to have the troops fired up. He is going to, literally want them to win one for Dan. And it's going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly. I got Commander fans that are saying, I like you personally, buddy. You're cool people. Love your channel. But you know what? I want some payback. I want to kick your teeth in. And if you want to think of an analogy, a great one. Those of you who are old enough to remember the movie Airplane, in there, the woman starts panicking and she's going, she said, okay, I'll handle this. And he goes up and he smacks her, okay? And then somebody else comes up behind him. And then she, oh no, hey, I got this, you take care of this. And then they go, and then they pan out and you see a whole line of people that are all waiting in line to slap him. Guys, that's us. We are the ones getting slapped. Well, it is what it is, people. It is what it is. I gotta get my ass over. Alrighty, good people. As you can see, I'm about 20 minutes away from supposedly doing my members live stream. And unfortunately, I'm probably an hour away from being home, so we won't be able to do that like we usually do. So, forgive me. Can't deliver on everything. Tony Boo, I'll get back at you, buddy. Not enough time, and the weather was not good to take a look at that. Boy, we gotta change some stuff up. No. Boy, they have redone. I can't believe this. I worked on a church down here with Alex years ago. It used to be,